Right, so I like to say Barak Hawa, Barak Hawa Shah, Barak Hawa, Barak Hawa Shah, Bahashem, Rakah Hakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS. Salutations to you brothers out there that's doing this work in truth and sincerity. So again, what is our job? Right? We got in the first video, the spirit of a prophet is subject to a prophet. So if you was a prophet in the ancient times, you will be a prophet now, doing the exact same thing you did in the ancient world. And what did the prophets do in the ancient world? Well, the prophets were spokesmen for Yahweh Shai, who you early called God and Jesus. And what did they speak about? Jeremiah 28:8, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. This is what the prophets of old prophesied about. So the prophets are back today prophesying about the same thing. Because again, like I said in the last video, anytime when the Lord was going to bring destruction upon the kingdom, he warned. He gave warning first. Right? When you go into the book of Ezekiel, the 7th chapter, right? He said the end has come, the end is near. For the end is here. Read that. And that was actually the Lord sending that message out to the children of Israel. But it can also be used as twofold. Because just like being in America, just as America, it's the same thing with this place. No different than the Roman Empire, man. How did the Roman Empire fall? I didn't say destroyed, but how did it fall? Because it was completely out of order, man. There was so much chaos within the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire, man, they had soldiers that will be out for years. You know, they will be out for years that eventually, in their mind, their general were their king. Right? So you had not only that, but you had generals abandon Rome or tried to kill the emperor and rule. It was called a coup d'etat. So Rome had a lot of disorder within Rome. Right? Not only that, but when you have chaos within, then it becomes completely unstable. Their financial structure was also collapsing on them. People in Rome was rioting due to the high taxes that they had to pay. So they rioted. So if you have troubles within the body, then what's on the outside of the body? So let me put it in this way. If you have troubles inside of the body, what's inside of the body can't stop what's outside of the body. So when you had the so-called barbarians attack Rome, Rome was completely defenseless. Not only that, but Rome was going to war with all sort of other nations. For an example, Carthage. When Rome went to war with Hannibal, damn near a mass majority of soldiers in Rome were killed by Hannibal, Hannibal and his military. So that brought military power down in the Roman Empire, which weakened the Roman Empire. So no different than what's going to happen to America. Right now, there's a shortage. Right now in America, there's a shortage of soldiers, man. Which leaves a massive defense opening in America. Its financial structure is falling. Its currency is weakening. Nations are becoming bolder. And now other nations have nuclear capabilities. So America is beginning, just like the Roman Empire, is beginning to lose its power. So the prophets of old prophesied it about the exact same thing, man. And the prophets also did what? Gave understanding in the scriptures. And that's our job, is also to give understanding of the scriptures. We brought that out in the book of Ecclesiastes, right? On how to require wisdom. You people walk around without a care in the world, man. All you're focused on is work and money and making marriage ultimately and having fun. But you're not focused on the things that's actually right in front of your face that's going to affect your life in the worst way possible, man. You people about to find yourselves in a dire situation, and there's no getting out of it. So again, our job as prophets is to talk about these things. Our job as prophets is to break down the scriptures in this right, correct way. And you people, you don't know how to do that. And I mentioned it before. You people will go to your Barnes and Nobles. You will go to your Bookman. You will go to your Walmarts, your bookstores. You will buy a Bible, read it, but with no understanding. One of the major book chapter verses that people break down wrong is John 3:16. Because you get little basic words in there wrong. You got to understand is that the Hebrew, Greek, and the Latin and today English terms were completely different then, man. The meanings didn't give off the same thing. One of the things that people misunderstand is the word every, EVERY, or all, ALL. The scriptures can say this. Let me get it for you. Let's get John 3:16 real quick. Now, being that the first, second, and this is going to be the third video, I'm going to be going into many things, man. I'm not just going to be stuck on one topic. This is going to go into many things. This can go into prophecy. It can go into the kingdom. It can go into the chariots, the RFID. It can go into many things because as prophets, these are the things that we have to talk about. I don't have to be stuck on one topic all night. I'm going to go into multiple topics and we're going to explain multiple things, man. So John 3:16. Let's get that. It says let's start at the first verse. That whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have eternal life. This right here, this word, WHOSOEVER, whosoever. People completely misunderstand the whosoever word, man. And I'm going to show you how you misunderstand that word completely, man. Let's go into the book of Acts. This is the book of Acts, chapter 2, verse 21. It says, and it shall come to pass that whosoever, that we was just reading this in the book of John 3, right? Check it out. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on his name, Salakia, that whosoever shall call on the name of Yahweh shall be saved. Right? Now everybody will bug out. See, that's whosoever, man. You don't have to just be an Israelite to be saved, but you could be any other person of another nation and still be saved because of the word whosoever is there. That clarifies to us today that whosoever means anybody. No, it doesn't, man. It doesn't at all, man. You got to understand, when Paul sent these letters out to different churches, he sent these letters out to Israelites. And really the only ones that really going to believe in the Lord and know his name are Israelites, because his name was given to Israelites. There was a big controversy in Israel in the ancient time because you had Israelites scattered throughout the nations calling themselves after the other nations. Greek, Rome, whatever, man. A Greek, a Roman, all of that. But you will have Israelites that will push them away because there's no way in hell you as a Greek can be an Israelite. But yes, it was highly possible due to the fact that over many of nations that have enslaved Israel and scattered Israelites throughout the nation, that it was a high possibility that that was an Israelite. That one right there that called himself a Roman is an Israelite. Or that one right there that called himself a Greek is an Israelite. Because Israelites were scattered throughout the lands. So check it out. Acts 2 and 21. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of Yahweh shall be saved, ye men of Israel. Ye men of Israel. Verse 22. Ye men of Israel, hear these words. It says Jesus of Nazareth, but we know it's Yahweh Shai, a man approved of the Most High among you by miracles and wonders and signs, which the Most High did by him in the midst of you, as ye yourselves also know. So the whosoever is the Israelites. That's it. It literally says it in the 22nd verse. Right after the 21st verse. This is why you got to understand Hebrew literature, because it's the every, right? Every, the whosoever, which is the whosoever, and the all, all. These are three words that you people get so stuck on to believing that this is for everybody. And it's not, man. It's crazy. So going back to John 3:16, right? John 3:16, for God so loved the world, right? That world that the Lord is talking about is the Israelites. And we could prove that going back into the book of Isaiah. Isaiah 47. And we're only getting John 3:16 so you can get an understanding, man. That's it. It ain't even that deep. But that book, verse and chapter, John 3:16, is where you people get all cooked up on, man. See, it's for everybody, anybody. You could be white, you could be Chinese, Japanese, and you could be whatever, and as long as you believe, you could be saved. Isaiah 45:17. Hey, the scripture says, for those that say, Lord, Lord, shall not be saved, but those that do the will of the Father. Well, guess what? What is the will of the Father? Is to keep the law. The law was given into Israel, which was a covenant unto the Most High and Israel. So the only ones that can really believe in the Lord are Israelites, because the other nations aren't going to keep the law. Even when you had who was it? In the book of Kings, I believe it was Solomon Nazar that brought those men of other nations unto Samaria, and those men were taught the laws by a Israelite priest. And the nation still didn't keep the law. So the nations won't keep the laws of the Lord. It's not in their spirit to keep the laws. They're going to keep following their own way, and they're going to follow, which is believing in their gods and their way. They're not going to believe in our power and our power in his way. It's just not going to happen. It's not in their spirit. That was a perfect book, chapter, and verse that proved that, man. So I'll bring this back. I'm going to end it from there and say Barak Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai. Lord willing, it was edifying. Shalom.